Moving on. Afghanistan has been marred with isolated attacks taking place across the length and breadth of the country, particularly after the Taliban stormed to power in August of last year. Since then, desperate militia groups, in their bid to exert their dominance, have launched attacks. In the latest, the Islamic State group targeted a Chinese-owned hotel in Afghanistan's capital that left 3 assailants dead and at least 2 of the hotel guests injured as they tried to escape by jumping out from a window. A report.
On December 12, a powerful explosion rocked a popular hotel in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul. A loud blast followed by gunshots were heard when 3 assailants attacked a hotel in Sharinu area, terrifying many residents and Chinese tourists staying in the hotel. According to media reports, the building was frequently visited by Chinese businessmen in the Afghan capital. Videos posted on social media showed fire and thick smoke rising from a lower floor window of the hotel building. Another video shot from a building opposite the hotel showed men escaping from another window, one of them clinging desperately to an air conditioning unit before falling several floors. The cause of the blast was not immediately clear, but later terror group Islamic State claimed responsibility for the attack.
یعنی میگه غالمغال شد سر صدا شد فایر شد کلی مردم گریخت طرف ما اینجا دکان و پنجره رو تا کردیم گریختیم رفتیم طرف لب سرک با خیر ببینن نیروها اومد فضا امر شد دیگه چه دیگه بنو با شام پس اون دکانای خود قلف کردیم رفتیم.
The intricate assault, which allegedly targeted Chinese nationals, appeared to be the most recent in a string of violent incidents aimed at the few nations that the Taliban counts as allies. Afghanistan has been hit by regular attacks since the Taliban group seized power in August last year. Many of them have been claimed by the Islamic State. In September, Islamic State targeted the Russian embassy in Kabul. A suicide bomber blew himself up outside the Russian embassy in the heart of Kabul, killing 2 Russian diplomats in what appeared to be the first attack on a foreign diplomatic mission in Afghanistan since the fall of the country to the Taliban. Islamic State has grown to be the Taliban's most formidable adversary. The conflict between the 2 factions is currently muddy and violent. After the combat following the Taliban takeover ended, the security situation in the nation had improved, but it is now thought to be deteriorating.
You see, Taliban has been a fighting force all along. And at this stage, they need to learn how to govern. And that has been their major challenge. Now, as we know, that there are large number of groups because Taliban is also not a homogeneous entity. And therefore, what we see is that there are many challenges that it is facing. It is still waiting for recognition from the world. It is also hoping that it will continue to receive the funding that has been committed so that it can also provide relief to the people.
Terrorism poses a persistent threat to Afghanistan, while at the same time, the Taliban have impeded its transition to freedom. The nation is currently experiencing a serious humanitarian and economic calamity. The promise that existed when women played a significant part in society has been replaced with starvation, despair, and violence. Afghanistan is going through a very difficult time, and the de facto rulers in the war-torn country are not willing to listen to what world leaders are demanding. Instead, they are playing the blame game. On one hand, they are violating human rights in the country, and on the other hand, the regime is holding West responsible for all the challenges country facing at the moment. Taliban rulers are not ready to accept the fact that in the absence of conservative ideology, situation in Afghanistan would have been in a much better situation.